Every time I walk around the property, I look at things that are just sitting, things that could be reused, repurposed, and I've had my eye on this for a while. This is it's about 30 gallons, this bin, this tote, and it is about to become my raised tea garden. Yeah, this is something, don't look it up because you're not going to find it, but I'm going to fill this with natural materials so that I don't have to use as much soil. I'm going to probably put a couple of pieces of wood and some other organic matter in here. Then I'm going to fill it with soil and we're going to grow tea. This is a follow up to the video that I did a couple of weeks ago about I believe it was 5 teas that I'm growing or growing currently growing, but this is going to be permanent. The next time you see this, it's going to be in position. It's going to be cleaned out. I clearly have to put some drainage holes in it, get this crappy water out of it, fill it, plant it. And if you want to see what I'm going to plant in this, then I suggest that you subscribe because in about a week, you're going to see a totally different look for this guy. And yes, it's going to be around for a couple of years. So you might be interested in how I grow herbal teas in the fall. Actually, in the summer for the fall. Catch you guys later. So here we are. I have obviously drained the water from this bin, and I use this rebar and this hammer to put in some drainage holes because, well, if you don't, you know what's going to happen. This is going to flood out and you're going to get root rot. So this is in place. I picked the area that gets the most sun. I get about 10 hours a day this time of year. This is going to go straight across here. So if you follow the sun, which obviously it's overcast today, so that's not happening. We got a lot of rain last night. So it's going to come over this way and the sun is going to come down behind the house. So this is the best position for this. And this here, which looks like a mess, is actually filler. This is organic. I put a couple of small logs in here. There is tree bark and old corn cobs, which I generally, well not generally, but sometimes I plant them in the ground before I do my spring planting. It takes a long time for those to break down, but the goal here is to save as much money as possible on soil to fill this bad boy. This is, I believe, 30 gallons. So it takes a lot of soil. So what's in here are basically coffee grounds and some potato skins and eggshells, anything that I can find that's organic, that's going to be used as a filler. I'm going to dump all that in, and then I'm going to fill the bottom half with just regular soil, the cheap stuff, or I like to say inexpensive, and then I'll put something better with some nutrients on the top. This is eventually all going to break down anyway and add nutrients to the soil. So hopefully this won't take too much soil for me to fill. But once I can get that done, then we can start planting. This is something that I hope you guys follow along with. I was in Philly not too long ago and went to my cousin's, my favorite cousin. She lives in West Philly, a couple of blocks away from where Will Smith went to school. And she told me that she cemented up her entire backyard, which I get it, I understand, but I want people to grow things, and that just makes it a little bit more difficult. So this is a way that she and anybody else can still grow. This is, I think, 17 inches high. I have the dimensions in the house, but this is going to give you the depth that you can get some pretty deep roots in. And this is where the 4 plants and 1 tree, I call it a tree, but it's really a eucalyptus that's going to go in the center here. And you'll see how this is going to work out. Again, hopefully you guys will follow along and maybe get yourself a container and do this project. So I'm going to get all this stuff in here, and we'll go from there. So here's a look at the progress I've made. It just looks like a garbage dump at this point, but that's kind of the way it goes. I could have crushed these eggshells up, just would have taken me more time. They're going to decompose over time. And what's in here is, this was some black cow I had left over. It's about a half a bag. I just threw that in as nutrients. I had some soil left over in here. This is what I use to mix my soil up with. I put that in here, and it's coming along. It's about a third of the way. So I wanted to show you guys what I'm using. I mean, you can use whatever you have on hand, but this is the inexpensive stuff, all purpose. This goes on the bottom. Why? Because it's going to take a while for the roots to get down to the bottom, and I don't really need a whole lot of nutrients. And it's also going to give this a chance to break down into here, because I'm going to stir this once I get it in, hence the shovel. And this is what I'm going to use for the top half. This is the potting mix that I use because it's not as expensive as Miracle Grow and some of the other products out there. So that's going to be used to top this off, and then I will be able to plant. So here we are, 6 bags later, 5 bags of the topsoil, 1 bag of the potting mix. This is 2 cubic feet. So this will give you an idea of how much soil you're going to need. You can obviously use something smaller like this here, or one of the containers that I have in my garden oasis, but obviously you'll be able to plant less. This is going to be pushing it as it is, because I'm going to section this off into quarters, and the eucalyptus is going to go in the center. And on the next video, we will plant. You will see exactly what I'm planting and how I'm going to plant it. And the reason why this bag is here, it's kind of hard to miss, is because I've decided to add some nutrients to the soil to kickstart it, even though it says that there's nutrients in here. They give you very little. And because I'm putting 4 plants in 1 small tree or bush, some people call it a tree, some people call it a bush, it's the eucalyptus is what I'm referring to. At any rate, because the bottom half of this doesn't have any nutrients except for the coffee grounds and, you know, the things that I threw in the bottom, I am giving myself a little bit of insurance. So I'm going to put probably about a cupful. I'm going to mix that in, and then in the next video, you will see the finished product. The next video, I'm going to plant everything and stake where, well, I probably don't need to stake it at this point, but like I said, you know, it's a step-by-step process. It's fairly simple. You get a container, you find the best spot where you get the best possible light. You fill it with whatever you can fill it that's organic, something that's going to break down over time. You add your soil, add your nutrients, and then you plant. I'm the Frugal Gardener. I'll catch you guys with part 2 of this in a couple of days. And remember, when you grow your own food, you'll always know where it comes from. Please repost this video. And if you are interested in growing teas for this fall, even if you want to grow something other than teas, I mean, you can grow tomatoes, you can grow cucumbers. There's a lot of things you can grow in this. So this is something that I think you guys should consider, especially when you consider how deep this is. Again, I think this is 17 inches. So there's a lot of things you can grow in this. And I expect this will last me a couple of years. My guess is 3 based on my previous experiences, but we shall see. All right. I'm not going to hold you guys any longer. You guys have a great day. Catch you in a few.